Hello truckers, welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We will be doing our last external contract in Oklahoma, and that should finish off our Cruising Oklahoma tour as we head on out from the rest area that we were at. Let's see, 3 miles, 3 miles, 11 minutes. It looks like my destination is going to be on the left. I think I saw it blink up ahead. So at the end of last episode, yeah, we kind of saw that our drivers in Sacramento been taking a vacation for the past week. So the only way I found it to work, and someone else had kind of the same thing and did the same thing as I did. At first, I tried just relocating the drivers around, switching the drivers from Sacramento to Alamosa, and tested it, slept overnight. That didn't change anything. I then just tried changing the trucks and leaving the drivers where they were. That didn't do anything. The only thing that got it to work almost, and I say almost because I got one driver still doing it, I had to move the trucks and the drivers to different garages and swap them. So I got the drivers and trucks that were in Sacramento and Alamosa, and vice versa. But I have one driver that's still doing it, but that was a truck and driver from Alamosa. So I'm going to see what happens here at the end of the day. If that driver is still not driving, then I'm going to have to swap him out again. Now, the only reason why that driver still may be doing it, they had a trailer. They were driving the trailer out of Alamosa, so I don't know if that's kind of confused the game a little bit by switching things around. And, you know, it had a trailer before, a trailer that we owned, so I don't know. But at least 4 of the 5 are up and going currently. So for a week, basically, actually maybe more, maybe it was like, what, 10 days? We had 5 drivers doing nothing. So that our income has been affected a little bit, so it should pick back up. Fingers crossed. I'll have to keep my eye on it. It's a little bit more in the future of what's going on there. Usually you just let your drivers do what they do and everything's fine. I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess it has happened to a couple of other people as well. So if you haven't checked your drivers in a while, you may want to do so once in a while, just to be sure they're fine and doing what they should be doing. You're just going to wait for me? All right. Do you. So I believe we're in Woodward, Oklahoma. We're actually going down to Dallas, Texas with a trailer of cattle. And we should be getting paid pretty good. Should be like about a 7-hour trip. So we'll see how we're doing once we get down there. If I want to pick up another load or not. Am I going in here? I see it. I see it. It's flashing at me. Yes, we're leaving Oklahoma. Once we get to Dallas, like I said, I don't know where we're going to go. Have no idea, but we don't have to do external contracts anymore after this for a while. That was a little bit off there, but it found its way in there. Get it on, hitched on up. 34,500 pounds. All right. So it's about the average load. And yeah, we should be getting there. Well, it says, 1:45, but I'm guessing closer to 2. So it could be we just get to Dallas, and we may just call it a day there, because I worked overtime trying to get my drivers up and going. So we'll see once we get to Dallas, and where we go from there, who knows? Who knows? I thought about actually going back down to Florida, going across the southern part of the coast-to-coast map, and just to see what's going on there. It's been a while, but it's been a while since we've been to a lot of places at this point. We haven't been up to the state of Washington for a while, so who knows? We'll just let the loads, like every episode, we just log in and go, all right, let's go here. Now, I know a few people, and the reason why I was kind of thinking about Florida kind of stems off where someone asked me, do I want to do a long-distance haul across the country? And the way I do it, driving just the 11 hours, not the 14, kind of complicates things a little bit. And more people's like, well, just do the cross country and drive the 14 hours that you're allowed to in game, because a lot of you want to see a cross country journey, which we kind of can do, but we'd have to do it in multiple loads. But maybe we'll just go down to Florida and then pick a load and go to like Seattle, Washington. I have done that once, but that was before I really was doing videos on ATS. Actually, that goes way back, probably even before I was even making videos, honestly. And yeah, I went from the Florida Keys up to Seattle, Washington. And I didn't have the sleep mode activated either for that because the early days of Coast to Coast, there wasn't many rest areas. Wasn't really that many cities either. But Coast to Coast has come a long ways in the last 7 years, as has ATS. There is another video shot or sightseeing area we could have gone to, but I feel like I just want to get the cattle delivered and make sure I complete the cruising Oklahoma quest done. Sorry, cattle, I was not paying attention, didn't see the stoplight until last second. I don't know how many cattle we're hauling. But being almost 35,000 pounds, it's got to be at least a dozen. If they're full-grown bulls, they could weigh quite a bit. But yeah, we're venturing down to Texas. You know, overall, Texas was good to me. It's the Houston area that can really be a thorn in my side. And I'm just hoping with the other 4 drivers for sure driving now, the money will start going. You know, I probably was mentioning it quite a bit the last 10 episodes ago, saying, yeah, the money just doesn't seem to be coming in as good as it used to. Or for a while. I'm like, I'm just waiting for a big payday. Little did I know that, you know, 5 of our drivers were just sitting in Sacramento doing nothing. And I don't know why that happened. It's not like the garage was on a modded map and the garage was moved and they can't traverse over terrain. I don't know. I have no idea why that happened. I need to be turning right here. That road doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. Well, it goes somewhere, but I'm not allowed to go there. And so I'm not really sure what kicked off the drivers in Sacramento not going anywhere. If it's been 10 episodes, that's way before the Oklahoma DLC dropped. So, yeah, I'm not too sure why that happened. So it'll probably take a while for the Alamosa and Sacramento garages to get themselves straightened away. I will have to check on that one driver that this morning still is resting, it says. I kind of, there's different words for them, you know, resting on a job or just resting and not doing absolutely anything. I think maybe it says idle. Maybe, yeah, I think it says idle. So I don't know. Not too sure. We'll just have to, every once in a while, just keep an eye on our drivers, I guess. But we are getting closer and closer to buying ourselves another truck, getting ourselves another driver on the road, because we do have one open spot, which is now in, I think it's actually in Sacramento that we have an empty garage slot. It used to be Alamosa, but I just switched my drivers around. Nice to see the ambulance there, but, you know, should have a police in front of that just a little bit, letting us know there's an accident up ahead. I did not really check to see the journey that we're on. I just know we're going to Dallas. I didn't really move our route around anywhere. What the heck truck is that? Dude, what do you do with that thing? I have no idea what that truck is for. Nothing on the side to let me know what it is for either. Hey, yo, passenger. What do you guys do for work? Hello? I see you ignoring me over there. She does the same thing all the time, too. She never says anything either. One day she might speak up. Oh, let's not roll backwards here. Don't want to be hitting the car behind me. We don't want any accidents. No fines. Gary Boulevard. Well, I am turning left up here. So I'm going to need to scoot in front of this guy or try to find a spot behind him. So speed up a little bit and then just move on over. I think I said this last episode. There doesn't seem to be as many radar cops in Oklahoma as I've seen other places. They got the trains, but not the cops. It looks like we're getting on, I would assume, an interstate? I-40, okay. I-40, here we come. Try to take the corner somewhat slow, because we do got cattle back there, you know? So it has been a while, of course, since now we've got the Freightliner Cascadia. And like I've been always doing lately, every time I get a new truck, it's like, oh yeah, I'm not, everything's out of whack. Now everything, after so many drives now, it's normal. Everything's, I don't even notice that the front of the hood's not even there. I mean, it's there. We just don't see it. I'm used to that now. Side mirrors I'm used to. The display panels, I've always been a fan of that since the first second I got into the truck. I'm like, yep, I like it. I like it a lot. It's a little foggy out this morning here in Oklahoma. It's like humidity sticking around. Kind of like in real life right now for me. It's really hot and sticky. And it's 11 o'clock at night. One of those nights to where the air is so still, there's not even like a slight little breeze. It's just, yeah, it's one of those hot, humid, sticky nights. Not even a breeze. I think if a gnat flew by me, I'd probably feel that breeze. Not even that. Can't even get a nice little cool breeze. But I was trying to figure out back on the driver situation, if that didn't fix my problem, I was trying to think, how do I have 5 drivers not do anything, and how do I fix the problem other than buying a new garage and then moving them there if I could, or firing all the drivers, selling the trucks, and then rebuying trucks. But we would take such a hit on selling the trucks and try to rebuy 5 more trucks to replace the ones I sold. That would hurt. Drivers, drivers aren't going to cost me too much. I just got to pay the recruitment fee, which is $1,000, or I think base game is $1,000. I think on Realistic Economy, I don't know what it is. I just pay the price, like always. Pay the price. That's what the owners do. Bills come in, you argue about them, but you pay them. Steak night? Well, no, for me it was actually a chili night. Was it Texas chili? No. Just, I don't know. I don't know the difference between chili and Texas chili. I have no idea. We are going straight, apparently. Dallas, 1 mile. I wish Dallas was in a mile, but that's our exit, I would assume. When I get to Dallas, we are going to... Yeah, we're going to Gark. I have no idea what that stands for. Or maybe that's just the way they do spell it. Trying to figure out what that would be over there. Wait, 65 is not the speed limit on this road? Wasn't even paying attention. Looks like it might be 60. But 65 will be fine. We won't get a ticket for 65 and a 60. 67 I get a ticket. 66 I'd be okay. And again, if you didn't know, 10% you're allowed to go over the speed limit before you get a ticket in ATS. $70 is a speed limit, but since we're doing external contracts, yes, we can only do 65 max. I would like to say, you know, by the end of the day, can we be at, you know, at 100,000? We will drop down. If no one brings in the delivery, we should be dropping down to about 91,000. Our loan payment of a beautiful $6,012. Will be coming up within about the hour or so. $200 more miles to go. Seems like a long trip after we've been zipping around Oklahoma for the past few weeks. After states like, you know, Montana and Texas are out, then you get Oklahoma. It seems like a very small state. And this coming from someone who lives in a very small state to begin with. Now, don't blink when you travel through Vermont. You might miss it. Looks like we're going through Ardmore. Oh, I did get asked the question. I may have answered actually this on Farming Simulator, but the question came up on an ATS video. They play ATS, but they're thinking about getting into Farming Simulator and wanting to know if I got different settings for ATS to Farming Simulator. And no, I don't do that. Between SnowRunner, ATS, and Farming Simulator, I just plug in the wheel and go. Takes me a little while to get used to the steering in ATS and SnowRunner. Matter of fact, I just got done recording SnowRunner not long ago, which you will see. If you're watching this when it goes live, it'll be on in a couple of hours. And I will say we will be driving a truck that I haven't driven probably since the first couple episodes of SnowRunner. But I don't do all the settings. I have a G27 wheel, Logitech, and of course you can go in there and set up different degrees on the wheel and all that. I do not do that. It's one of those things I just never gotten into it, never done it. I've seen people do it before. It's not too hard to set up, I don't think. But everyone has their own preference of what the way they would like to do things. So I would just say, you know, when you get into Farming Simulator, if you want to change up your settings, go ahead. And I guess it all depends on what kind of wheel you have and all that. And I will say, if you've always been on the line of, do I get a wheel, do I not get a wheel? If the money is not the situation, it's what you're wondering, is it worth getting a wheel? If you do a lot of ATS or ETS2, and you're just wondering, you know, is the wheel make that much of a difference? Yes, it does. For me, it made a huge difference. It takes a little. It took me about an hour or two to get used to the wheel, going from a keyboard and then driving with a steering wheel. It took a little while to get used to, but once you get the wheel, you're never going to go back to the keyboard driving. Oh, howdy, Texas. It's been a minute, but we're back. There's our loan payment, with many more of those to go. Yeah, from all the comments I've been getting on that as well, about after we buy our next truck, because we do have one more slot open, like I mentioned, what should we do with our money? Should we just buy more garages, more trucks, so on and so forth, or save up and slowly pay off the loans? Yeah, I think no one said pay off the loans. It was mostly of, yeah, get more trucks and drivers. Why wouldn't you? So we'll probably buy a garage like in Texas or Oklahoma, or maybe by the time it comes around to it, maybe Kansas, just to try to get, you know, garages around the country as we move along. I still remember on my first profile in ATS, once I was getting loads of money, as you do in the base game, I was buying every garage I came across for one reason and one reason only, and it's stupid, but and it's funny. But I was buying it just so when I'm in that town, I can go there and fuel up and save money on fuel, which is stupid because you got to buy the garage and you got to upgrade the garage just to save yourself on a full truck of fuel, maybe a couple $100. So was it worth the $180,000 to buy the garage and upgrade it to save yourself a couple $100 by the chance you're in that town and fuel up? But we've all been there in the base game to where you finally get to that point to where you just got so much money you can't spend it fast enough. And holding on to it does nothing. Unless you got yourself your own goal of getting like $1 billion or $1 trillion in the bank account. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because it's been so long, but that trip I took from the Florida Keys up to Seattle, Washington, it was one trip. I think I got paid pretty close to 400 grand for that delivery. It was one heck of a payday. Of course, it took me like 3 or 4 days to get there. I think it was actually just under 3 because I didn't have the sleep mode on because it was hard to find rest areas on the early days on coast to coast. But now it's not that much of an issue. We are speeding through here, so I may want to just tone it down a bit. Actually, it looks like we picked up time on our ETA. But then again, I think I've been speeding in a lot of areas. Texarkana. Or wait, was it Texarkana? That's not the name of it, is it? Oh, I saw the sign say Houston. No, I'm not going to Houston. I will avoid Houston. Nothing wrong with Houston. Nothing wrong with me. But me and Houston together? No, no bueno. It's funny the signs say Houston, but not Dallas. Of course, wait, am I actually going through Houston to get to Dallas? That I would not be expecting from where I was in Oklahoma. But it's a possibility. Have any of my drivers actually completed a delivery today? That'd be... I don't think so. I hope I didn't really screw up all my drivers, and at the end of the day, all of my drivers are idle. If that's the case, then I got a major problem on my hands. Alright, so we are just 10 miles out. So it looks like I will be grabbing a load going somewhere, but it won't be external contracts. And then we better have completed the cruising Oklahoma, because if not, then I gotta turn and burn back to Oklahoma and get it done. Now, I might be in trouble here because the way station actually is there. Wait, can I go into the way station from here? Okay, but I'm going to miss my turn. But if I don't do, I'm going to get a fine. So that's all messed up. Ah. Who designed that? You guys got to move that. Of course, I think it only matters because I'm delivering up there. Wait, am I going straight? I'm going straight. Okay, so, I mean, it added 36 miles to the trip, apparently. Alright. If I gotta stop on the way station coming back the other way... yeah. Lions versus Chiefs kickoff, so that's... I don't know if that's part of my Real Billboards mod, or is that ATS doing that? That's another 3 weeks, I would think, from now. Actually, maybe it's only 2. Yeah, the summer is flying by pretty darn quick. It just seems like, for me, yesterday, the 4th of July was here, and now, you know, Labor Day is approaching. Labor Day is the first Monday in the month of September. Well, if Little Caesars is creeping out and blocking traffic, we will just go ourselves. Alright, so what are the chances they're going to have me pull into the way station again? I am in Texas. I said, now I was being nice. Texas has been good to me other than me in Houston. Oh, one of our drivers has completed a load. Okay. As long as some of the drivers are completing loads, that's good. Oh, I'm not on the interstate, so the way station thing is over there. Nope, they got one here too. You gotta be kidding me. No, I'm not. I'll pay the fine at this point. I'm not. Why did the fire truck slow down that much, man? Oh, we do have to yield, apparently. I can't keep going to the way stations because it's an endless circle. So to get where I want to go, I got to turn here. I'm just going to have to pay the fine if I go out of range. If anyone from SES is watching this, you gotta do something about this. Maybe move this delivery that I'm going to, because I think it's going to be the only thing up there. Yeah, well. Because I just felt like if I went to the way station, then I'd have to go another 30 miles up and around. I would have come down. That way station may trigger again. Looks like that guy was going to pull on out. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Welcome back to Texas. Am I going through here? I think so. We'll go through the middle one, I guess. Security. He didn't stop at the way station. Alright, so where am I going with it? It's probably going to be right between two trailers, which would be fine. I think it's down. Yep, now I see it. Alright, I'm going to do what I always do here, kind of. Get myself so I can stick my head out like a dog. So I want to be backing in the other way. R1 is my choice. And I want to clip the front end of this. You guys told me what these were called. Shuttle trucks or something like that? Oh, I'm not going to... Didn't leave myself enough room there. Hopefully the collision boxes on these models are pretty good. Alright, need to square myself up now. Oh, this is getting to be horror bad. Terrible. popper in neutral, park and brake, engine decouple. 1:30 in the afternoon, so I think we got time to check what we would like to do. Show results now, please. Continue. There we go. 10 out of 10. Check mark. We are all set there. I think the community completed the goal as well, which was like 111,000 million miles. Wait, what did I say? 111 million miles. 111,000 million miles. Yeah, 111 million miles. I think was the goal itself. Yeah. So let's go ahead and see what we got out of Dallas. And I'm trying to remember where name of the company that we're at. Why did my screen freeze? There we go. I'm like, don't crash on me. Be nice if we got one right out of where we're at. That way we don't have to drive anywhere. Oh yeah, because on external contracts and in-game contracts, the name of the company is going to be different where we're at. Yeah, let me go ahead and I'm going to search through here and see if I got one wherever we're at here. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, got myself a load, and it should be right out of here from Union Pacific. That's when I was in the looking, I'm like, what would this place be called? I'm like, oh, I'm at the railroad. Maybe Union Pacific. Where do we check in at? Oh, right here. Good, I don't have to go all the way to the gates. Hopefully this is it. Does it come up? There we go. So we're taking a wind turbine tower, 37,000 pounds, to Las Cruces, New Mexico. It needs to be there by the end of Saturday. Well, I say end of Saturday. We usually quit at 5, so Saturday 5:30. It is Friday midday, and it says a 12-hour trip. We usually drive about 11 hours a day, so quick math. Yes, it should not be a problem. So let's go ahead and take this job. And we can see the cone flashing over there. And this is just a standard delivery job, so have to get it done in-game time, not real time. That's cool. I didn't know those things were animated. Awesome. I never seen that happen before. All right, I think are we loaded up? Yeah, I think we're good. As good as we can be. Let's see if I have to stop at the weigh station on the way out of here. If that does pop up, I'm not kidding when I say I may never come to Texas again. I was trying to be nice to Texas earlier. When I said I mean Texas. Nah, it's just Houston. Me and Houston don't get along. Then I come here and I get the weigh stations playing, hey, stop here, which means you got to miss your turn. And we're going to make you do it twice. Oh, just twice? No, yeah, just twice for now. But when you leave, we're going to make you stop again. And, yeah, we'll see if they make me stop. Oh, not far enough up. There we go. Why am I shaking here? My steering wheel's shaking like a leaf on a tree. Did I go up on the curb a little bit? Obey all stop signs. Yep. Oh, wrong gear. I think I'm going to miss the sensors for the weigh stations. And am I zipping right on into the interstate? I think I am. And doing all that just to get right off this interstate, I think. When I was looking at the jobs, I was trying to actually head east. I was like, I kind of want to go east. But that meant driving somewhere else. By looking at the map, I couldn't tell because it doesn't tell you how far it is to the next destination. But it does show you the flag, and I was looking at the map, like, that's going to be like about an hour drive. And, yeah, so and a couple of the ones would have been close on time for me getting there. So this one ended up being like the one jumping up and down in the window saying, pick me, pick me. So I picked this one. So unless we get a detour somewhere. So now that I said it, it'll probably happen. Unless I get a detour somewhere, we should be okay. Yeah, no one really said anything about Oklahoma itself on other hidden roads. But if you know of more hidden roads of roughly in the area that we're going to be in, so like you know, at the end of this episode, you can see me going into La Cruces, New Mexico. If you know of a road like in New Mexico that we really haven't been on, or know of one, just say, hey, there's a hidden road in this city. Just look for it in this rough of an area, and then maybe we'll try to take some more of those mysterious hidden roads. I gotta remember now, I'm so used to be doing contract deliveries. I'm so used to just putting the hammer down, and almost like my truck was had a chip in it to where it wouldn't go over 65. Now I gotta be careful because we're not doing external contracts. We'll go as fast as the truck allows me to. And actually, I got to do something that we haven't done in a while. Cindy's going to have to get out her tablet, start looking at the GPS, and start finding out where are we going to be calling it an evening. But as long as we get some miles in today, we should get there tomorrow. Next episode, no problem. Good weather today, at least. Yeah, Oklahoma, we had a lot of rain in a lot of the Oklahoma tour. Should blend in just fine with the traffic. I'm actually going to skip out to the middle lane here. Actually, I think this pays out pretty well too, $3,000. But then this is a 12-hour trip, and a lot of the Oklahoma ones we were doing were like 200 to 300 miles at most. Let's go ahead and get the map out here. So we got 2 hours left on our clock. Can we make that? How far is that out? 2:13. I think we will call it there. I think we'll probably make that up, because I have been speeding quite a bit today. So that's not a bad guess right there. So actually, you know, since we're going this way, maybe we'll loop around. I say loop around, but after New Mexico, we'll go through Arizona. Maybe go to California, shoot up the coast, get up to like Seattle, Washington, and then maybe try to find a Florida trip. But if we do that, I will be driving probably the 14 hours a day, not the 11, because that'd be like a 4-day trip, I think, if I do sleeping. No, don't slow down that much. Why are we slowing down to like 44? And it's 75. Trying to think though, just for a second, was New Mexico the first DLC map? I know some people may say it was Arizona, because when the game came out, it was supposed to be California, Nevada, Arizona, but they delayed Arizona because it wasn't ready, and then Arizona came out like 2 months afterwards. But that was part of the base game, and we got all that for free, if I remember correctly. But I think New Mexico may have been the first DLC map. Hey, a driver just brought in a whole chunk of change, so we hit $100,000 today. Great. I don't mind getting out in this lane. We got about another hour on our clock, so that's roughly when we should be at a rest area. Feels kind of weird actually now being able to go this fast, and I'm passing a lot of vehicles. Although I will say in Oklahoma most of the speed limits were at 65, so we weren't being held back too much. Yeah, so I am thinking we'll try to do that route I just said, you know, go through Arizona, back up through California, which always seems like you're hauling an anchor behind you because the speed limits there are reduced. And try to get back up to Washington, and then find a cross-country diagonal, go from the northwest down to the southeast. And I should mention, because someone did, I mentioned about the Pro Mods Canada, someone mentioned that they did update it. I actually got the email just a couple days ago about the update. So, yeah, I don't know if they expanded on it. To me, right now, the Pro Mods Canada map isn't big enough for me to keep updating that as well, currently. Because every time you update a map on your mods list, you get teleported back to your home garage, usually. And the load that you had got taken care of for you. You don't get paid for it. And I don't want to be in that lane. That worked? Okay. Yeah, so I mean, we've been up to the ProMods Canada map, I think, twice. I've been asked to go up to Canada, get the Canada Dream map and go up there. I really have never looked at it too well, so I don't know how well done over the Canada Dream map is. I know it's been handed off from one modder to another throughout the years. I'm not even sure the link I got is even working anymore for the someone asked me on Discord where to get it, and I sent it to them, and that hasn't been updated since April. So I'm not sure. Did you hear my brakes kick in there? Whoops, now I'm on the wrong side of the road. Okay, yeah, I got sidetracked talking about Canada Dream. I kind of forgot that the rest area was coming up. Yeah, I'm not sure that I gotta look at the Canada Dream is what I need to be saying. And let me focus on fueling up and parking this thing up. I did all that without causing an accident somehow. Well, at least I didn't get into one. I don't know what happened a bit behind me, but I'm sure everything worked out. But you heard my tires squeal when I hit those brakes. I wonder if that actually wears out your tires more. $3.91 for diesel. I'm surprised the way the gas prices here in the States are doing, probably the rest of the world as well. The prices are going back up again. So I'm not sure how... I mean, I have seen the mod was updated a couple weeks ago again. And actually, I'm going to turn the truck around. So I'm facing the way out. Now, I want to park with no one around me, but you know how it all works out. Everyone's going to be parked around me when I go to leave in the morning. Is this not a rest area? Oh, there it goes. Alright, there we go. Alright, yeah, I'm kind of in my lane here. I gotta check on my drivers to see how many are actually idle. So, driver manager. So we can see sleeping. Let's see, anyone? No, so the driver that was actually quote-unquote idle fixed himself. So you can see a lot of our drivers that are now in Alamosa for the past week. 0000. Hopefully that'll get straightened out. Alamosa 0000. And Sacramento drivers are all doing well. So yeah, you can see that they're sleeping. They're not idle, they're sleeping. Alright, so it has fixed itself by moving the drivers around. I just had one doing it. And out of the 4 that I moved, or the 5 that I moved. But it seems to straighten it all out. And yeah, I don't want to see any garage symbols. I kind of forgot what the symbol was. It's like a garage symbol. I forgot what it was, but something to do with that. But anyways, the money will start coming in. So we are at 100,000. So like another 60,000, and it should be the Sacramento garage now that is short or has an opening. So that's where the truck driver will go. So yeah, this should hopefully get better as we move along here. Yeah, Salt Lake City, that garage is not doing so well. That's because it's just me. I'm the only one there. And I'm doing better than the 5 drivers that were in Sacramento. But anyways, yeah, I'm just rambling on at this point. But we are in our truck. Where did we end up? Sorry, so just west of Abilene. Just west of Abilene, Texas. We're going to La Cruces. And then, yeah, we'll try to find our way up and around. I guess Bellingham would be the farthest northwest I could go. But I think our best bet would probably be Seattle. Only because I'll probably get more choices. And we'll try to cut across. I mean, we could actually cut across most of SCS maps until I get down to Kansas. But I could even scooch down through Denver and come across. And then, finding a trip all the way down to Key West, that'd be like the best option. And I do get asked to go up to Northeast, but really, this map, unless you're entering or exiting the city, it's pretty bare bones up there. But you can see they are slowly working up there. They're working their way up the East Coast, which is nice. So maybe if they ever get this done well over, Canada Dream, like I said, I'm going to look into that a little bit more. But I mean, we got plenty available to us on this American map itself. But anyways, that is going to do for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with realistic economy. But until then, have a good one.